Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of Vic's Garage. I do believe this is our 5th installment for my 5th gen Honda VFR. I hope you enjoy following my journey of improving my daily rider, the OG A to B. This won't necessarily be a step-by-step guide, but more of an overview of the job itself. Although I will be adding the tools and torque specs needed on the screen for those who want a deeper dive. Right away, I'm going to start off with a question. How often do you want to upgrade your bike? If you're me, you want to tinker with it all the time. Now, I understand that upgrading the bike can mean many different things. For some, it even means getting a whole new motorcycle. And to some extent, I wish I could do the same. I can afford something else, but for some reason, unexplainable to me, I just want to upgrade my old two-wheeler to better fit my needs. Maybe because I'm already used to it. Maybe it's a nostalgia factor. And maybe I'm a hoarder and don't like getting rid of things that mean a lot to me. Either way, today's job is installing upright handlebars from a German brand, ABM. Aside from random tinkering, there is a train of thought here on why I'm embarking on this. See, in my little brain, I keep on thinking that I'm going to take my VFR on some big, grand adventure. That I'm going to ride cross country, conquer the world, sail the seas, and master the air. All on my 28-year-old bike. And the current handlebar situation just isn't up to task. It's a bit more forward-leaning, puts pressure on all the typical hot spots, lower back, shoulders, and wrists. The truth is though, I won't take that long trip. In fact, the longest trip I have ever taken on this bike was a stingy 300 miles. That's it. For long-haul adventures, I have my touring machine, nicknamed the Eggplant. If you're curious, you could jump over to my channel and check out some of the road trips the Eggplant and I went on, covering over 7,000 miles total. Yet, you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So with that in mind, I went ahead and changed out my handlebars anyway. Did I like the results? Let's find out. Let's talk about my old setup first. The previous owner of this bike neglected it for years, to a point where it needed an engine swap, a new exhaust, throttle bodies, and honestly, so much more. However, there was one good thing that he did do, and that was to put on Handlebars. And this is a $400 set of high-quality bar risers. However, to me, they still felt as it was not enough. So on top of that setup, I ordered 37mm bar risers to go onto the forks themselves. I rode around like this for about 2 years, and still felt like I could do better. I guess you could say I'm a picky guy. Remember, I just ride around for work or to visit friends and family on the VFR. So in theory, the setup isn't bad at all. But then, I found out about Superbike bars. I don't know why they are called that. Maybe they make the bike super comfy after installation. But jokes aside, they just give a more upright position, which is exactly what I was looking for. The set came by in about 3 weeks' time, and then spent about 4 months sitting under my computer desk, because honestly, I forgot about it completely. But when I finally decided to open it and start the installation, I was pleasantly surprised. Because I got gummy bears along with it. Yes, gummy bears came along with the package for the handlebar, which I thought was crazy and was kind of funny. I mean, who does that? Either way, that made me pretty happy. And the kit itself was very well made too. There will be various photos and a quick unboxing of the bars here. What got me the most was the CNC milled aluminum top yoke. This thing was sexy and shiny, and it was enough to catch my attention. A really high quality piece of metal that felt great in the hands. Same could be said for the bar and the hardware that came with it. The same could not be said for the instructions. First of all, they were all in German. There was only one picture, and it wasn't in its best quality. I work in a dark garage without much light as is, and I don't know German, so this was a bit of a nightmare for me. In fact, the first install of these bars was incorrect due to the way I wired the throttle cables around the yoke. Went the wrong way. You will see the correct and the incorrect way here, so you can avoid my mistake if you happen to end up in the same situation. I suspect that the viewer here is a bit smarter than I am and would at least use Google Translator to see what the words in the instructions meant. Other issues that I ran into was not knowing that I needed to make pre-drilled holes before the bar install, because I didn't realize that the controls for ignition, horn, blinkers and such all have a notch that's inserted into the holes on the bar for steady positioning and safety. I didn't pay attention to this when I was taking the controls off, which led me to a very interesting situation, where I already had the bar installed, tightened, and only then realizing the conundrum that I was in. So instead of disassembling and just doing things the right way, I decided to do some upside down drilling, with guesswork of where the holes should even be. But you know what? It worked out perfectly. I guess I'm not that bad after all, and a bit of luck was definitely on my side. There was a lot of torquing involved. The steering stem was 103 Newton meters, so I had to run to the utility bay of the superintendent of this parking lot and borrow the biggest metal pipe I could find. I also had to do this twice because of the rerouting of those pesky throttle cables. Please get it right the first time and learn from my mistakes. Hey guys, I just wanted to take this moment and thank you for making it this far into the video. This is a one-man operation, working on the bike, filming, and then editing. It usually takes longer than I'd like, but I am persistent, and content will keep coming. That's not a threat. If you enjoyed this video, I ask you to check out my channel and see what else I have to offer. Stay tuned. To answer the final question, was it worth it? Did I like it? Guys, I'll be honest, I hated this thing. I didn't like it one bit. It made the bike way too wide, it felt unnatural, turns became wider, the ergonomics of the bike just changed into something the bike was not even meant for. Nor was I. Was the sitting position better? Yeah, sure. It's definitely more upright, there was less pressure on my wrists, but at what cost? I was sitting so high, I was getting even more wind in my face. As the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I had a solid setup with the Handlebars, which are just narrower Clip-Ons and are great for turning at fast and slow speeds, tuck you away from the wind, and make the ride feel more natural. I forced something upon this bike that wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. I should have just listened to myself during the beginning of this monologue and understood that comfy trips are for the eggplant, and shorter, more adrenaline-filled trips are for the VFR.